There's a new business model where regular people can build million-dollar businesses faster than any point in history. And because of technology and AI, you can operate it without building a massive team or working 100+ hours a week. Once you start, everyone is going to hit the same 3 walls, going from 0 to 10K per month, scaling from 10K to 30K per month, and going from 30K to 80K per month, because each one of these phases has a crucial constraint that keeps you stuck. So in this video, I want to give you the clearest roadmap possible. I'm going to try to compress everything that I've learned, the millions of mistakes I made along the way, so you can build a $1 million business in half the time. But first, I need to explain what is this business model and why right now is it the smartest kind of business that you can build. So the business that I'm talking about here is an education business. Very simply, an education business is a business where you're teaching a skill to somebody else. To start an education business, you need $0. The education and your ability to teach someone is the product that you're selling. And with the tools that we have right now, social medias, AI, you don't really need a team to get started. There's literally no overhead, and most of that revenue stays with you. Now, the next question becomes, what skills should you actually teach? If you want to charge meaningful dollars for the skill that you're selling, it must cleanly fit into one of the 3 core pillars that everyone will pay for: health, wealth, or relationships. You always want to think about the problem that your skill actually bridges the gap to. So helping someone go from point A, where they can't do something, and B, be able to do that thing. And your skill fits right here. Now, the problem with my first business was I was helping students get better grades. It doesn't really help you improve your health, doesn't really help you improve your relationships, and it doesn't really help you make more money. And so selling that skill has a pretty low ceiling. Compare that to our current business, where we help brands and business owners build YouTube channels to get more leads and customers. And so it's really clear what they're investing into. If you're unsure of which one of these 3 skills you want to help people with, I would highly recommend going for the wealth one, because it's the clearest and the easiest one. If your skill doesn't touch health, wealth, or relationships, reframe it until it does. And I promise you, whatever skill you're trying to teach, you probably can relate it to one of these 3, right? Instead of just teaching the skill of studying to get better grades, I would think a layer deeper. Why do students actually want to get better grades? Well, they probably want to get a better job. Well, I got into medical school, so a much smarter approach would have been, I would teach pre-med students how to get into medical school so that they can get a job as a doctor and increase their earning potential. That is a much more specific skill that I could teach. Now, the most common reason I hear people push back is they say, I don't really have any skills. Bullshit. One of the smartest places to look, if you're not sure what kind of skill you have, just look at your past. Look at the last 5 or 6 years and what kind of obstacles or problems have you learned. Those are the skills that you can teach, because there are people who are very similar to you who are in that position who want to get to where you are now. The easiest things you can do is just teach the former version of yourself. This is the exact stepping stones that I've taken as I've evolved my business over the years. I got really good at studying. I taught that skill. Now I've grown a YouTube channel. I help other people grow YouTube channels as well. I have grown a successful business with YouTube. Now I help business owners do the same. It's really the cycle of learn something, teach something, learn something, teach something. Now, if you do have a lot of skills, you don't know how to frame it like I just did into health, wealth, or relationships, then I actually built a free AI tool, which you can access in the description below. You can chat with this tool, 10 minutes or so. It's going to give you a very clear path to what you want to position your education business around, and then get started helping people solve problems. So knowing your skill and knowing what business model we're going into will naturally kickstart you into this first phase of going from 0 to 10K per month. Probably one of the biggest reasons why these people fail going from 0 to 10K is because they just make a course. And I totally get the temptation, because I've made this mistake so many times. For some reason, the moment that we think we have proof of results, our brain immediately jumps to, oh, let's just scale this thing. Trying to sell it to as many people as possible. Trying to scale too soon is one of the main reasons why these businesses just fail within the first year. It's not because you don't have the skill, it's because fundamentally having a skill and teaching the skill are not the same thing. The fastest and the smartest way to go from 0 to 10K per month is to help 3 people get a result using the skill that you're teaching. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to work with just 3 people. That just means you have to get 3 people a result. The smartest thing you can do here is work one-on-one with them, over-deliver on getting them that result. Because when you work one-on-one with people, you really get to intimately understand what are the main problems that get in the way. What are the issues with motivation? What are the right conditions in their life, or the guidance that they need to actually get that result? And if you have that intimate, high touch, close relationship, you really get to understand what does it take to get someone from A to B. So obviously the next question is, where are you going to find those first people that you can help? Start with people that you already know. We call this looking into like your warm network, friends, family members, coworkers, family friends. Reach into the people that you already know, and then just start to put some feelers out. Try to see if you can just help anybody get that result that you're looking for. If you've never helped someone with the skill and the problem you're trying to teach, you might have to do a few of those reps up front for free. This is actually something that I did a lot when I was starting my first business. I would volunteer on my grad school as a tutor for these students that were coming in. I did it for free for a while until I started getting students who got better grades. And then I was like, okay, now that I'm better at this, it's gonna be easier to charge for it because you actually have results and proof that you can do it. Now you're also probably wondering, why 3? I think 3 is a magic number because if you do it once, maybe it was a fluke. If you do it twice, it might be a coincidence, but 3 times generally means a pattern that you can repeatedly do this. While you're working one-on-one to get these results for people, you like meticulously document everything that you do. You know, I recorded all of my Zoom calls. We had a collaborative workspace, all of our notes were in there, and the whole goal here is to figure out what is your actual process for delivering these results. Now you might think, yeah, this is a lot of freaking work, and I'm not gonna lie, it is hard work to work with people, to help them get a result, but at the same time, that work is going to be rewarded in a different way. The 2 benefits of working one-on-one is it's easier to get them results because you're more involved in the process, but also you can charge way higher prices. And when I say higher prices, I highly recommend that you don't go any cheaper than at least $1,000. If you charge $2,500, you just need to work with 4 people pretty closely for a month, and right there is your 10K per month. The more people you work with, the better you're gonna get at it, and you can keep upping your prices until people stop paying for your stuff. Now that you have a few people who can vouch for you, you can graduate and move on to the next phase, which is scaling from 10K per month to 30K per month. This is where a lot of education businesses completely plateau and stall. You know, they have a great offer, they have some happy clients, they have real proof, but they just don't know how to get their product in front of new people. In the business world, they call these leads. And so to break down exactly how to get leads into your business, it's a 2-step formula. You need eyeballs and you need emails. From eyeballs, I mean, how do you get attention from strangers? And by emails, I mean, how do you get a buy-in from these strangers? Maybe I'm a little bit biased and probably where you're watching this video from. I believe right now that for an education business, the smartest platform to build on is YouTube. And there's so many reasons why. I'll give you 3 really good ones. Number 1, YouTube allows you to post longer videos. A few months ago, we launched a brand new YouTube channel called In Creator Company. The very first video that Mike and I made for that channel was a 3-hour masterclass video. And we just dumped everything that we learned from working with clients over the years into that video. That 3-hour video, even though it only got like 20,000 eyeballs, converted more emails and sales for my business than any other video I've ever made. Because the person watching that video got to spend so much time with us, watching us teach and watching us show how we think about YouTube, that they were just getting sold and convinced on that video. They're like, oh, these are the guys that I'd want to work with because I can see how they teach. I can see how they solve problems, and maybe they'd be able to help me do the same thing. Delivering that same feeling on another social media platform, it's just a lot harder, right? You can either make like 600, 700 short form videos and hope people watch all of them and piece together the actual structure and systems that you're teaching. The second reason being, more people go to YouTube to learn than any other social media platform. People go to YouTube with the intention of, I need to learn how to do something. And more often than not, since YouTube long form videos we're talking about are horizontal, when someone flips their screen horizontal, it blocks out distractions. And lastly, YouTube as a platform in the last year or so has had a big and fundamental push towards educational content. And so if you want to scale from 10 to 30K, you need to build a personal brand on YouTube around the problem that you solve. And if you can make really good educational content, the algorithm is going to push your content to more and more people who are similar to the ones that you want to reach. And then from those videos that people watch, you can set up in your descriptions links for people to get your email, using things like lead magnets, using things like, AI tools, using things like free downloadables. And once they're in your email list, now you own them. Now you're also probably wondering, why do I need eyeballs and emails? Why can't I just get eyeballs? If you post content to a social media platform, you don't actually own that audience. Anytime, if they felt like it, YouTube can shadow ban you, YouTube can delete all its data, it can get hacked by somebody, and then all that work you've done is just gone. If you get someone's email or their phone number then you can contact them directly. For example, on this channel, we do have more than 1 million subscribers. And we even took a long break from posting on this channel for like 8 months. But even though we stopped posting content, we had a lot of emails. And those emails were people who still were interested in potentially working with us down the line. And we didn't have to rely on continuing to post content because we had already built up our own internal distribution. The seed that you're planting here, starting your own personal brand, building a content library and building your own like IP and brand content, that is going to serve you for years and years down the line. Now, I also fully understand that starting content creation or getting into YouTube is something, it's not an easy lift. And so if you want to shortcut that process and learn how to, create content that gets the right eyeballs and emails into your business or into whatever you're building, then you can also check links in the description below. We're opening up some spots soon to work one-on-one with ambitious people to help them get there faster. So the machine is now running, content's bringing eyeballs become emails, and emails become clients or the people that you work with. You can probably easily get to 10 to 30K per month. And then you're gonna hit another wall. And this is you're at the happy 30K per month mark, you're making good content, and more people are joining your funnel and joining your business. And the main thing that's holding you back here is time. You literally just cannot work with more people because your calendar is full, and you can't charge any higher prices because, at a certain point, it's not worth it for someone to pay that much money for you to help them. To solve the issue of time, there are really 2 different paths that most education businesses go. And I think both of them have some pretty big flaws. First thing that most businesses do is work one-to-many. So instead of spending an hour for each person, you can spend 1 hour and coach 5 people at the same time. Seems like a good option, except for the fact that it kind of sucks for your clients. I know this because I've been one of these clients before. I've bought into very expensive group coaching programs. I hop on a call, there's like 40, 50 people on that call, and it takes an hour for them to get to my question, which I get like 2 minutes to ask my question to, my coach, and then they move on to the next person. I didn't really get a good answer. And so this kind of sucks for your clients. It's not really a good option. And now the other option is to hire some customer success managers, right? You can hire some people to teach for you and go one-on-one with your clients. This also kind of sucks for your clients too. Odds are you spent years developing the skills. You're the one who got the results. You're the one who built the frameworks. You are the most capable person of helping people get results. What a lot of businesses do is they hire CSMs and they just kind of throw bodies at the problem, but those guys are not as good as you and they don't get as good of results. So it also kind of sucks for your clients. There is a new path you can do, a third path, let's say, that completely changes this paradigm. And as you can probably guess, along with all the other bajillion headlines in the world, this has to do with adding AI into the mix. This is my prediction. Every education business that has stalled between 30 to 80K is easily going to blow past that point if they implement this AI system. And so what you're actually gonna do, because you've been, documenting all the way in the processes that you do things, and you've been making a lot of content to teach and practice teaching those things, instead of hiring someone and trying to teach them what to do, what you're gonna do is duplicate your brain into an AI agent. With tools like Claude Code or Gemini, you can build AI educators that then work one-on-one with your clients. I call this building an AI tutor, because AI has completely revolutionized the way that we transfer knowledge and information into somebody else. It's available 24/7, and it's probably a lot smarter than some of the people you can initially hire because it's trained on your brain and your knowledge. And to understand the role of AI, we need to understand what does it mean to learn a skill. Skills can be broken down into 2 pieces. You have the info of a skill, which is the actual facts, which is the technical knowledge. It's push this button. It's what does this thing do? And you actually have the implementation, actually using the skill. So for example, if the skill was learning how to play basketball, on the info side, it's learning the rules of the game, learning what a dribble is, learning what a crossover is. Implementation is actually how you dribble the ball, how you shoot the ball, right? You need both of these in order to acquire a skill. And now where it fits in with AI, at the current moment in 2026, probably 90% better at filling in the info part than a person is. AI can be personalized, so all of these clients can upload, information about themselves into the AI's knowledge, and it will have full context about them every single time. And the best part, AI is trained in your brain. You don't need to spend hours every week doing lectures, topic deep dives, office hours, all of those things can be handled by the AI. It can be your personalized educator, which allows you to spend your time on the implementation, helping people execute and actually get to the next stage. Guys, if I had to start over, this is the exact roadmap I would follow if you want to build an education business. And it always all comes back down to content. And so if you are ambitious, you see yourself building an education business to help transform people's lives, and using YouTube as the platform of choice, then making content is probably one of the highest leverage skills and activities that you can learn. And luckily for you guys, we actually made this video right here. It's our 3-hour masterclass video for how to get started with YouTube, the one I talked about earlier. I would definitely check it out, bookmark it. It's pretty long. It's gonna give you a ton of value to get started.